Hello, it's Laacer, and today I'm gonna be testing the AI Velo and how aggressive it is towards hatchlings and maybe juveniles. But I also have reveals to show, because there was this great all Q&A. Okay, so it attacks a hatchling aloe, but it can't kill me. For some odd reason, it doesn't do any damage. Well then. This is quite interesting. But yeah, let's go to the reveals. Some of them I'm gonna just... I'm gonna show some video clips, and after that I'm gonna put some sound clips, well, audio clips on my video, so it's not all, you know, videos, because otherwise this video would be freaking long. There were so many reveals. But yeah, let's get to the video clips first, shall we?
Alright, so now on to the semi-continuity part, which is us figuring out how people are going to get around the damn island when it comes to how, you know, bizarrely shaped it is. So we've started coming up with the road system and how we can implement, you know, creeks and water and stuff, which we'll get to. I promise, I swear, by baby Jesus we'll do it. Hold on. Oh gosh, it's almost unloading. But anyway, this is the scale of road that you can expect. Which, by the way, if you kind of casually walk on as a dinosaur, as you can see is very open, you'll just get shot. Not exactly, you know, the high tide of things I would suggest doing, but I'm sure someone will, because no one ever listens to me in the first place. It's understandable. But that being said, in the main stretch of the island, this is kind of what it's going to look like. The semi-formal dirt path explicitly rolled and shaped in a certain manner and elevated in a way that's like, hey, look, it's a human road, but it doesn't interfere too much with the natural landscape. You still have to conform to it, which is why all-terrain vehicles are a huge to-do in the game. And of course, I'm sure you're wondering, hey, what's that giant Space Odyssey thing in the background? Well, bitches, let me tell you about that Space Odyssey thing in the background and how big that actually is, because when you put it next to a hypo, it still looks like a baby. And there's a good old reason for these big towers. You want to know what it is? You, I ain't saying, but now you know that it's coming. Kind of what human bases are supposed to look like. We went for that big boy industrial style. So I give you big boy industrial style. That heavy metal attacking the natural style of the world. So it's interesting considering that the actual landscape is going to look so harsh when just kind of this type of shit is dropped on top of it. And I know these buildings look super big. Like, here's a cargo container and a door, but in the background you can see some shit that looks like super huge, and I'm sure you're wondering why, and we'll get to that. It's gonna be a fun time. It's like Jurassic World, but effective, and also not easily movable, kind of like between Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, because Colin Trevorrow and J.A. Bayona don't know what continuity is. What a bad time that might be. So we just have, you know, aquatic pens for things like, I don't know, Megalodon? Whatever. Who gives a shit? Inside of the pen, because, you know, it's not the size of a Seattle Space Needle that's super buffed up just so it can kill an Indominus Rex at the end of the film, because you wrote yourself into a corner when it came to the good normal dinosaurs versus the big evil clone. But it's okay, we wrote this for 12-year-olds, and if you turn off your brain you'll enjoy it, because it says Jurassic on it and looks kinda like the first movie's logo. Shit underwater without a facility that goes underwater. That would just be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. And of course there's the helipad, so you have some idea of scale. And a little life preserver. Because, you know, nice things. In the dockyard, obviously, you know, got to be able to transport shit. So we've got cages, of which these cages will be used in certain other methods of the game. Might involve spawning, might not. Can't say. You'd probably figure it out, though. So anyway, there's a cage, which, at the same time, generic large theropod cage. And I know what you're thinking. Why are there cages? Why are there cages, and why is there a dock? A dock that allows cages. What's going on? Even more so, wait, do they load up hypos on boats? That sounds like a terrible idea. I know it sounds like a terrible idea, but here's the front of a building that holds, as you can see, very large things. I know, I wonder why. I don't know. Aside from cages, because, you know, cages kind of insinuate you want to move stuff. Sometimes you just gotta keep shit in one spot, but still allow it to move around. Because, you know, I'm not saying this is the inside of a boat, by any means, because it's not. But, you know, it's the inside of something. I'm not sure where this is gonna go. You can guess. I won't tell you, though. I'm just kidding, it's totally the inside of a building with a removable roof. Can you guess why there's a removable roof? It might be because shit sometimes has to, you know, be moved by means other than ground transportation. But I can't tell you what goes in here, because that would just spoil too much. But definitely a location in the game that's gotta happen. Okay, so this is what's planned for streams and rivers. Basically, we've got waterfalls, rivers, lake, pond, swamp, a stream, a hot spring, and a geyser. So you can see where our lakes currently are, and where the streams and rivers are going to attempt to go. Now, we don't have anything down here yet, and there's a reason for that I can't divulge, but hot springs are something that we're kind of tinkering with in terms of being a natural source of water that people could drink from without having to boil that shit so they don't risk getting sick. So it's a nice kind of free real estate for that water area. But you know, that are man-made. There are plants in this game that are derived from the same strains that created dinosaurs. And they are horrifying. That's why I said the redwood test was a success. There is going to be horrible things, horrible things that are going to be created by us. Some will eat you. Some are a lot less merciful than that. Some will melt you. And some will take parts of you away that you didn't know you had. And some things will irreparably change you in ways that you weren't aware was possible. So there's that information. I mean, wouldn't you build giant sacrificial temples to please it? I mean, I would, but maybe that's just me. Why would anyone want to be sacrificed willingly?
The same reason that people were got sacrificed willingly in real life.
Well, there's an actual reason for being sacrificed willingly. Eventually, you accomplish all you can in one lifetime. In one phase, one could say. So, there's nothing to do but to start again on the next level. You know, I live, I die, I live again. So there's plenty of reasons to be sacrificed willingly. Well, time for everyone to get really rowdy. So your tribals and your cannibals are not two different things. They are not, unique. Your tribals are actually these These big bastards on the left. You are not playing as the Mayan style boys. You aren't playing as Apocalypto or Stomping Land ripoffs. You're playing as these horrifying freaks of nature that are, for the most part, relatively human looking. But the tribals and the cannibals are the same thing.
And there you have the video clips, and next I'm gonna play you some audio clips from the Q&A because there was nothing going on the screen. So yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about the video clips. There was so much reveals. I'm just, you know, amazed how much there was. That was definitely the great Q&A of the Isle in 2018. It was one of the greatest Q&As for a long time. A lot of things coming into the game. Oh, the AI doesn't react now. I probably need to restart the test level to get it react. It does this quite often. It doesn't react unless you restart the test level. So I'm gonna do that, and let's get into the audio clips.
Doing things that's suggested to you might directly relate to the fact that you worship the replicator. And it very, 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 very well might benefit you in the eyes of this machine that is trying to get you to do things if you listen to it. So there is a very, very, very symbiotic relationship, very, very beneficial relationship to doing what the replicator wants. And it most definitely plays favorites. It most definitely plays favorites. Let me go back up to that specific question that I just went and got an answer for. Would it be possible for tribals to harvest certain parts of certain dinosaurs for specific weapons? An example being Dilophosaurus venom for your arrows or spear. The answer is yes, we can do that. We can allow you to harvest specific parts of a dinosaur and leave the rest of it.
Any plans for sickness or disease to be a thing from eating rotten meat or eating poisonous vegetation?
Yes, sickness. We do want to have vegetation that is not consumable by all dinosaurs, and then some things that are simply globally poisonous, with the exception of maybe like a perk negating said side effects, like an iron belly that you can just eat anything. We also, and the main reason is we want to use these particular plants that are poisonous to not only have a negative effect on dinosaurs, but be craftable items to where the tribals and stuff in particular can create poison weapons. So. Okay, so one more time, please.
Let's see.
Something about riding player dinosaurs?
Oh yeah. Who is in control of, like, while riding a dinosaur? Is the dinosaur in control or the tribal?
It depends on if it's player controlled. If it's player controlled, the player is in control. The rider is not in control. The rider can simply enforce where they want them to go. It applies a slight amount of damage and forces the direction of which the rider is looking upon the player, who is the dinosaur, and then huzzah, there you go.
Will new nesting include the ability to steal/eat eggs from other people's nests?
I'm gonna say no at the moment, mainly because I don't know how quickly Looter can do it. It might just be something where it's like, yeah, sure, fine, because it's relatively easy. Because the most important thing to understand is that alongside the nests, it's not just an arbitrary, oh hey, it's some new models and it's some new, you know, some new animations. It's dinosaurs are all going to have gestation periods for eggs and things of that nature that kind of directly impact their ability to raise young. So that's a big time yikes on the on answering maybe, because I hate it, but it is a maybe.
Will tribals have a construction limit, as in they can only build X amount of things?
If it has a utility, yes. Like if you build a home, you can only build one home. Like you can't build yourself a hut and then go on the other side of the map and build yourself a hut there. That's just simply not how it works. And certain buildings will be behind an actual tribe kind of wall, in the sense of you can't build what would be a good idea to reference that's not a spoiler nor something that might get cut out. Okay, so like a storage house for food and stuff, like the longhouse, you know, you can't build that by yourself.
If tribals can tame dinosaurs, how will that affect the Affinity system?
Well, being tamed is different than being wild around them. Being tamed kind of negates what could be considered negative affinity. However, the Affinity system is primarily created for the rules of dinosaurs involving other dinosaurs. As we come across design challenges and the inevitable exploitation by the players involving tribals and dinosaurs, then we will update Affinity to rope in rules with them, but right now it's pretty loose. Mainly because I didn't want to like start preemptively going, oh yeah, here's all these rules for dinosaurs and tribals, because 9 times out of 10 you can't predict what the players are going to do.
What happened to the idea of apexes being made non-playable and only AI to stop the fear of nothing problem?
Nothing stopped it, actually. We were just working on Carnivore AI, which is like 95% done or something, according to Brandon. I mean, like, the Carnivore AI runs around and eats shit, which is what it's supposed to do. So, I think the only thing that's really stopping it is, well, for lack of better words, pushing trees out of the way.
Will the Affinity system discourage herbivores from being overly aggressive, such as a herd seeing a carnivore across a giant field and going to murder it?
That won't be a problem. And there's a reason that won't be a problem, and I just can't say anything yet. But I don't care about herbivores being a problem anymore. Because they won't be a problem anymore.
And that is for the video clips and audio clips for today. Let's see. Oh, Jesus Christ, that scared me. I accidentally pressed G. But this is odd. It can't kill me. Huh. It's kind of odd. The AI Velo is kind of odd because some things it gives damage, and to some things it doesn't give damage, which is kind of odd. Well, it's still work in progress, so maybe not all the damage stats are in, I guess. And I did try some carnivore juvies off the camera and it doesn't really react to them. but it does react to herbivores. At least smaller ones, like adult trio and all that, it reacts to. But anything that is bigger than it is, well, trio is kind of like bigger, but it still reacts to trio. But some things it doesn't react at all. Well, this is nice. But this is really odd. Oh, it follows me. That's really creepy. Look at it. That's so that's so creepy. Oh my god, this is so interesting. Yeah. It's so creepy. It's just following me around. But yeah, it can't kill me, which is kind of odd. Maybe a hitbox thing, or maybe it doesn't just deal damage. I don't know. Really strange. But it has been really interesting to, you know, check it out. I'm gonna do only the survival dinos, obviously, because other things don't have juvenile states. But yeah, some of you guys wanted me to check the AI Velo. That's why I'm doing it. But yeah, let's respawn. I'm not gonna actually restart the whole thing. And after Maya, we still have Para and Trike to check out. Yeah, as you can see, it can damage me as when I'm Maya, but not Galley, which is really freaking odd. Oh god! That looks horrifying! Baby noodles. Noodle babies. Okay, Para. And last we have the Trike. But yeah, lots of interesting reveals. But it's gonna take so long that those things are gonna be implemented in the game. Like the roads, rivers, cannibals and all that. Oh, dear lord. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Okay, and Trike, hatchling. There you are. So yeah, the part 2 of the Para survival will be out on Friday, actually. So yeah, I just wanted to do this out of the way, show you the reveals and all that, for your entertainment, and to get the latest news from the Q&A. Yeah, it always 3 calls after killing or losing. Let's be a Velo. It probably won't even react to me. Most likely not. Yep, doesn't react. Which is good. So it's not cannibalistic. Anyways, guys, this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. And bye bye.